President Trump is taking no holiday from his Twitter habit tonight. The president is continuing his criticism of the federal judiciary in general and Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts in particular. It comes on a Thanksgiving holiday when the president expressed his thanks to the troops while staying close to home. Correspondent Kevin Corke's at the president's Florida resort in West Palm Beach tonight. Good evening, Kevin.
Evening, Mike. Good to be with you, and happy Thanksgiving. The president spending this Thanksgiving evening 2018 having a little Thanksgiving dinner and spending time with his family, something that he began the day by thanking those who were not quite as lucky.
They look like pretty good sandwiches. They look big. I don't want one. They look big. They look very big. You gain about 5 pounds when you eat one of them.
It's a time-honored Thanksgiving tradition for the Commander-in-Chief, extending the gratitude of the American people to those who serve and protect. President Trump doing so today, both in person and by phone.
And I want to express our profound gratitude for the extraordinary sacrifices you make to defend our nation while you're away from your families and loved ones.
It was a visible outpouring of appreciation from Mr. Trump, but still in stark contrast to his predecessors. President Bush paid a surprise visit to U.S. troops in Iraq over the Thanksgiving holiday in 2003. President Obama met with troops both in 2010 and again in 2014. Mr. Trump's comparative absence has drawn sharp criticism from some, even sparking speculation that he simply doesn't want to go. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis rejected that notion, adding that security is always a concern. The president's the commander-in-chief, and he decides where he needs to go. There are times I don't want him in certain locations. While the president did hint today, as well as earlier in the week, that he does intend to visit American troops abroad, there was no ambiguity about his feelings on border security, saying again today that he'd authorized American troops on the U.S.-Mexico border to use lethal force if necessary against an approaching group of migrants, while also threatening to close the, quote, whole border, end quote, if it means protecting American safety and sovereignty.
If they have to, they're going to use lethal force. I've given the okay. Yeah, if they have to, I hope they don't have to. But, you know, you're dealing with a minimum of 500 serious criminals. So I'm not going to let the military be taken advantage of. I have no choice.
The president was also active on Twitter this Thanksgiving Day, including a pair of missives aimed at Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts and the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, with which the administration has sparred over a number of, they feel, politically motivated legal challenges to the Trump agenda, including border security and asylum policies.
I know that Chief Justice Roberts, John Roberts, has been speaking a little bit about it. I think we have to use some common sense. This Ninth Circuit, everybody knows it. It's totally out of control. It's a disgrace, frankly. And essentially, they're legislating. They're saying what to do.
Mike, it's important to point this out. There are plenty of reasons, frankly, to believe that the president will, in fact, follow through on his threat to shut down the, quote, whole border. You may recall it was actually back on Monday when the port of entry at San Ysidro was shut down for several hours amid security concerns. Mike?
Kevin Corke with the president, West Palm Beach, Florida. Kevin, many thanks.